I saw this show in New York years ago. There were 91 performances, and my husband Ralph and I were lucky enough to catch one of them. Obviously.
Times 10.
It did to us what I hope it did to you.
It did.
It's so sappy of here. It's so nice to do a wonderful piece of art. This is a piece of art. And I got so in trouble last time I got up here because I forgot people's names. So I'm not going to do this. I have this amazing cast.
Yay!
I have an amazing crew.
Woo!
I have an amazing set of designers.
Yay!
And I have an amazing musical director. And I am blessed enough to have an amazing theater who understood Sideshow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. A love like yours will surely come my way. Hey, hey, hey.
What's your favorite part about the cast?
We're all incredibly friendly. It's been my experience in theater that people know theater people, whether you're a young guy in high school, college, whatever, or an old lady who's working full time and does this to, relax. We have something in common, and that happens to be doing this, musical theater, having fun with friends, dancing like a fool, singing, listening to people try to get sodas out of the soda machine and failing utterly to do so, even though she is very, very smart.
I like how even if one person's like just out of the ordinary, even just a little bit, no one really cares. Unlike high school, where everyone cares. So I like this better.
I like working with the cast because they're very welcoming to people, new people like myself. In my second show I done, and makes me feel comfortable working with you guys, and you're funny.
One of the words that comes to mind is ensemble, which is literally translated in French to together. That's the key to any show, and that's going to be the key to this show, is the group working together as a unit, not lead, chorus, chorus. It all has to work together as one. So we all have to be on the same page. We all have to give the same amount of energy.
Probably how fun they are.
Yeah.
I really enjoy everyone.
And supportive and
Everyone gets along.
collaborative.
Yes.
I think too. You know, there's been many times where, you know, different cast members will help out, or, you know, David Walker, the boss, you know, he's helped out with some of our costumes, and
Everybody
everyone's-
wants to pull for one another and help each
Right.
other out.
Everyone wants it to be the best show it can be, and, you know, sometimes you don't find that. Sometimes people are just in it for themselves.
Or
but-
they're sort of closed off, or yeah.
So it's been great. Except for that JP guy.
I don't like him very much.
That guy's a jerk. That's all I have to say.
Every cast has a different personality, just with the makeup of all the different people. And this is a very happy cast. It's a very up kind of cast. But when I see them backstage or a rehearsal or in the green room, and they're all enjoying one another and laughing and joking, and I feel this amazing energy coming off of them. That's why I like this cast.
You know all about having crabs, don't you?
Since our special night, I do. She told me I was her first. What is your favorite part about this show?
The favorite part about the show would probably be the story behind it of the Hilton sisters.
Story behind it?
Yes.
Is there anything specific?
Yes, how the production crew realizes, you know, even though we've been called freaks forever, or they have, I'm a roustabout, so, but they have been called freaks forever, but they're in fact, they're not freaks at all. You know, it's the people that kind of look down on them and see them as something else that really are the freaks.
The music. It's both simple and complex. At the same time, you have to learn a lot of difficult music, but once you learn it, it's really, really simple. And you go, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this in the first place?
My favorite part about this show is working with Elena. I think that it's a very challenging role, and it's quite the marathon, but it's very rewarding as well.
My favorite part of the show is the story of the twins, and that no matter what has happened to them, no matter how many horrible things they've been through, they always have each other. And that's kind of how it's been for Danae and I, that no matter what we've come into contact with through the whole process,
At least we have each other.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a loaded question. I think my favorite role on the show is the role of Jake. I think the music that he has to sing is glorious, and there's a lot more depth to that character. I mean, the character I play of Terry is very businesslike, but there's some internal stuff that you see later, and I like playing roles like that where you can actually grab the audience and manipulate their emotions. But music-wise, I just think the role of Jake has some glorious, magnificent songs to sing.
My favorite part about the show is the story. The story about love, and who can you love?
Favorite song?
I love Devil because it is very energetic, and I get to push. Can I cuss?
Yes, you can.
I get to push the shit out of you off that thing, that little thing. That's fun, and yeah, the energy in that number is just really awesome. Yeah.
Good.
Devil, of course. It's the first major solo part that I've had ever. Yeah. But for funny, Leave Me Alone is fantastic. And for feeling, it's Private Conversations happens to be one of my favorites as well. This is gonna be fun.
This is great.
I'll have to say You Should Be Loved when Jake sings it, because he's my favorite character and I love that song.
Private Conversation. That's, yeah, you know, I love all the music in the show, but for me, personally, Private Conversation just sort of does it all for me because, again, I can just let go and my emotions just come swirling out, and then when, you know, Daisy appears, all of a sudden it's like I'm transported. And that whole scene, that whole number, I just feel like I'm in this limbo type of area, whatever, where nobody else can see me or touch me, and so there's no holds barred. And as an actor, you like to have scenes like that where it's like, I can just go for it, and I can take it, and I can bite into that meat and just rip it off, and just, you know, yeah.
My favorite song to perform is Tunnel of Love, but one of my favorite songs that I don't even get to sing in is Private Conversation.
Yeah, my favorite song to listen to was Tunnel of Love, but my favorite song to perform is probably Private Conversation. I really love I Will Never Leave You too, just because we sound so good.
Modest.
Hey, I mean, we do it for a reason.
Any of the ensemble pieces that you guys particularly like?
I last night actually came to realization that I really liked how Michael put together the ending, and that it put a nice bow with "Come Look at the Freaks." That theme, you know, is very, very much Sideshow to me. So whenever I hear that tinkling, so I really like that piece, and I think that really sets the tone and leaves the audience at the end of the show with that tone as well.
My favorite is probably Say Goodbye to the Freak Show, because I just love every single night, because we're sort of closed off because we have to focus and concentrate so much, and we're sort of in our own dressing room, and I feel like that's the night where I can really connect with everybody individually and like say goodbye, you know, and I imagine at the end it's probably going to be really hard to perform that number.
Is there any songs in particular that you guys absolutely hate or don't like?
No comment.
No comment.
Well, everybody's giving me a song.
No comment.
No comment. Okay, no comment. Okay, that's good.
I plead the fifth.
The opening, because I just stand there, and since I don't sing, I'm just staring out into the open, and it's really awkward because I'm standing there for like a good 5 minutes, just moving my lips to the words. That's awkward. Yes.
Any of the ones that have to do with reporters, I just don't see I don't see the point.
The interview, it's a jumbled mess, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of it at all.
I mean, for me, I think it would be the interview. The interview, just to me, is not. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite. Let's just put it that way. It's not my favorite. I've already said about the writing and everything. So yeah, I'd say that's not my favorite.
My favorite twin?
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be Daisy, only because I've done numerous shows with Elena.
That's
But, I mean, as far as this show goes, they're both equally lovely.
I've been asking everybody, so just go.
It is actually Daisy, so it's convenient. It's what I want to be like, so that's just me.
I like Violet. Yeah.
Violet?
Because she's.
Any reason why?
Yeah, she's just like I'm like quiet and stuff, and she's kind of the quieter one. So we relate in that way, you know what I mean?
Oh, thanks. I'd have to say Violet is my favorite Hilton twin, because she's balls out, doesn't care what anybody else says, and she just goes for it. Daisy's too much in her head, cares what other too much what other people think, which is kind of like me, but I still think Violet's my favorite twin.
Oh, that's not fair.
Character-wise.
Oh, that's just not a fair question. You're asking about my girls.
Not actress-wise, because actress-wise.
No. But I mean, you know, it's a real. I gotta say, they both have wonderful moments in the show, and I adore them both. You know, obviously Daisy has the private conversation number with me, which really the two of us connect very well. And Violet and I don't have a lot of stuff together, so you know that would be difficult for me to say which sister. But you know, I mean, like I said, Daisy does stand out for me because of private conversations. So.
It's hard for me. I like them both for different reasons. I like that they're so different. They have such different wants, different needs, and I can't say I have a favorite. I like them both for different reasons.
I hope that they would at least enjoy it, and if anything, take away that you really shouldn't judge anyone by how they look or how they act. Well, actions actually. So yeah, they should act how they act, but not how they look. That works.
You know, this show is so, I don't know what the word, it definitely wants to promote a certain type of feeling, of lesson. People are different, whether they're straight or gay, black or white, tall or short, you know, thin or fat, it doesn't matter. It's all a perception. And I think this show really, you know, where they talk about freaks, it's a perception. Back then, they were touted as a sideshow. People came to, like they say, come gape at the geeks, is one of the lines. Well, I'm not sure that that's something that should be enhanced in people's perceptions, that if this show teaches you anything, it's like, do you want to look at people for how they look or for who they are on the inside? And that's what I like about the show, is you get to see inside the people. Visual can be anything. Visual can be gorgeous, ugly, whatever. The lesson I'd like people to get from this is look beyond, look inside.
I had mentioned it earlier on the attitude of the people in the show, and how they all get along with each other, not just because they're all different, because they're just human beings. And I don't know